What made Thresh evil? What is his end goal? And how strong is he in Runeterra? Long before he was a skinny queen, Thresh was a human named Urlok Grail living on the Blessed Isles. He was a part of the Brotherhood of the Dusk, an order dedicated to protecting secret magical knowledge and dangerous artifacts. But here's the thing, Urlok wasn't exactly a people person even then. He was a bitter, vindictive guy who felt he deserved more recognition than he got. But low-key, I get why he was so bitter, as he was passionate about working with the artifacts closely, but because he was not rich or from a noble background, he got the job of being a warden for the artifacts, which is pretty shit. Urlok hated that, and that was a big reason as to why he became bitter. So, after years of working in the vault, he took interest in an artifact that amplified his inner malice and bitterness. And for a man who is already twisted and shit, this is not good. One day, Urlok gets caught by a warden called Rastafir who threatened Urlok to stop. Urlok cunningly orchestrated Rastafir to be killed without anyone knowing he did it. Damn. I guess at this point, Urlok is a certified murderer/villain. Moving on. Everything changed when the ruined king Viego invaded the Blessed Isles to resurrect his wife Isolde. Most of the order died trying to hide the waters of life, but Thresh saw an opportunity to get back at everyone who overlooked him. He happily led Viego straight to the sacred waters, knowing it would cause chaos. When the ruination exploded, Urlok didn't scream in pain like the others, he reveled in it. He was reborn as a green skeleton monster now called Thresh. And Thresh loved being an abomination, as now he can just be a psychopath harming people for satisfaction. It is also worth knowing that Thresh isn't just some mindless ghost, he's a master manipulator. In the Ruined King story, after Isolde stabs Viego into sleeping forever, Thresh is the one who actually manipulated Gangplank to help him wake up Viego from his slumber. And it's not because he actually cared about Viego's great love, he was just siphoning the black mist for himself the whole time. And the reason he does this is because in the beginning he was not able to leave the Shadow Isles, but with enough power he can have a human form where he can travel all of Runeterra. And in case you didn't know, after Viego loses, Thresh does get enough power to do this, hence the night at the end cinematic he looks human. Speaking of the cinematic, we see him now free and roaming Runeterra in a human-like disguise with glowing green eyes. He shows up at a Noxian inn, toys with the people there, and harvests their souls just because he can. So what is his end goal? Thresh wants to be the King of Souls. After Viego was defeated, Thresh successfully siphoned the king's excess power and became the new master of the Shadow Isles. And we can now assume he would just want to expand his torture to more places in Runeterra. And this reminded me, I forgot my favorite story about Thresh. So background, TLDR, Callista was a general under Viego's army. The first time Viego attacked the Blessed Isles, she was actually against Viego's craziness, so is defending the Blessed Isles. However, she and her lover, a man named Ledros, get killed by Viego's army. So, since they are dead in the Blessed Isles, when the ruination occurs and it becomes the Shadow Isles, both Ledros and Callista return as wraiths. Callista becomes a ghost zombie, but Ledros' strong mind and his love for Callista allowed him to retain his will and his love. So even as a wraith, his goal is not evil, it's to actually win Callista back and get her to get her will back. And he intended to do this by giving her a silver pendant in hopes that seeing it will remind her of everything they had for each other. But Thresh, the evil bastard, stole that silver pendant just cause he did not want their love to reignite. Dude is a menace and is doing shit for the memes. Also, in the lore, Thresh has a fight with Senna and Lucian. Basically, Senna and Lucian visit the Shadow Isles and search for a cure for a curse. They eventually fight Thresh, but it's not good as Thresh is able to trap Senna inside of his lantern. Lucian then spends years fighting Thresh and eventually is able to free Senna. And we see in the cinematic where Senna comes out with her new ability to control the Black Mist. So though Thresh was defeated, he lets them have their victory as he wants to toy with them in the future. And like guys, in the cinematic it looks like an evil fight, but dead ass, Thresh would absolutely ruin both Lucian and Senna in seconds. And this segment actually segues into the final section. How strong is Thresh? He's easily one of the strongest in Runeterra, especially as he is no longer trapped in the Shadow Isles and is able to roam wherever. He is immortal and technically gets stronger infinitely as he is able to absorb more souls, and more souls means more power for him. However, if we are talking like, is he in the top 10 of all of Runeterra? Then no. I think top 10 are Kindred, Soul, Fiddle, Bard, Zoe, Maud, Soraka, Volley, Liss and Kayle. He is more like top 40, but that is impressive since League alone has around 200 champions.